So hi, welcome to Good Migo Noise Podcast. We're here with Tilted. We're going to ask them some questions today. I'm going to start. What inspired you guys to start the band?
So ever since I was in first grade, I think I started playing guitar, and was just pretty like infatuated with the idea of like being in a band. It probably had to do with like being a little kid and like wanting to be like a rock star or whatever. And then when I was a freshman in high school, I was asked to play drums in my brother's band, which actually consisted of all current Tilted members, with the exception of Scott. So Pi right here, you can show your face. Pi was playing bass. Luke, our current lead guitarist, was the like front man, so to speak, and my brother was playing lead guitar. And my brother actually helps out with some Tilted stuff every once in a while.
Sick.
So yeah, pretty much after that, I was like, wait a minute, like this whole band thing is like doable. So then we started a couple projects before this one, and then now here we are.
Wow. That's a good origin story. Wow. That's the
Yeah,
best
I like
one
that.
you heard. Yeah. So what would you say your writing process is like?
I listened to a ton of Title Fight and a ton of Basement and Citizen and like all the bands in that vein, and then I try to write something that sounds the same without ripping them off.
Yeah.
And then which I mean is like it's pretty ridiculous, like not exactly how it goes, but I usually just come to everybody with like a guitar part. We jam over it for a bit, and then I just scream random things until something sounds good, and we record it.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
So, what was the first song that you guys wrote for the project?
Oh god,
Irene.
Was it
Yeah, it was Irene.
Yeah, it was probably Irene, which is the second track on our first EP.
Oh, wow. Sick. Oh, speaking of the EP, how do you feel about the reception to it?
It was great at first. I mean, we haven't really put anything out new recently, and with the whole quarantine thing going on, not being able to play shows kind of hurts a little bit. We've been joking around a lot about like our number of monthly listeners on Spotify and how we need to get that up. But I mean, I think people liked it, so that's pretty cool. Even if it like even if one person likes it, like that's enough for me. Like,
Well, we've got two people right here, so.
Yeah. We
Right
both
on.
really liked it. Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of that EP, what song took the longest to write off of that?
oh god,
Right there away.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
maybe interlude. Would they ask?
Which song took the longest? Right? Which song took the longest to write?
You don't think Lowest Lows?
It might have been Lowest Lows.
Honestly, I don't think there's really.
They were all
one that
pretty
was
even.
significantly
Yeah.
longer than the
Irene was pretty fast, I think.
Yeah,
I think
Irene
they were
was
quick.
Irene
Irene
was
came in
super
hot.
quick. And then it's probably a tie between Tear Away and Lowest Lows. Lowest Lows was weird. We were like trying to experiment with like lots of tempo changes and stuff like that. So I don't think it took necessarily like a long time to write, but it took us a long time to figure out how to play it after it was already written.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. So what does your band name mean?
It's like when you're tilted, you're like
You're a little
disoriented and like
Angry?
kind of angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and you're like when I'm upset, I'll be like, man, I'm so tilted right now. And then we were like just brainstorming band name ideas. And I think I said it, and then it just kind of stuck. We had like a ton of other stuff we were thinking
Yeah,
about.
we wanted like one single word, like
Yeah, one
stylized with a period at the end,
Mhm.
and we were just like throwing words at each other. And Pi said tilted, and we were like, well, I mean, it's better than the other ones, so yeah, we'll roll with it.
All right.
Can you tell us any of the other band names that didn't make the cut?
Oh boy,
I liked
remember
Egress,
any.
but no one else liked that one.
yeah, Egress was one of them.
I was campaigning hard for one of them, but I can't remember what at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't like Tilted. I think I was the most anti-Tilted of the group.
oh.
Yeah, Scott
I
hated
did.
tilted at first.
Helicopter chainsaw fight.
No,
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
it was just like it was weird stuff. I mean, like if there's a single word that's long enough to be a band name, we probably threw it out there, you know.
Hmm.
So back to that EP for a second. What was your headspace while you were writing that?
Yeah, so we actually we called it Last in Line because the general like motif of the whole thing was that like we felt like we were last in line to get like not necessarily like a handout, but to get what we deserve for what we were putting into like, I mean it could be anything from like society as a whole or like relationships or things like that. So a lot of the songs are like metaphorically about heartbreak and things like that. And some of them are just like getting angry and word vomiting until something rhymes and it fits into the song,
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, because we're all stuck in quarantine and we have a lot to not do, what bands have you been listening to pass the time?
Personally, I've been listening to a lot of Deftones. And as usual, Title Fight, Basement Citizen, my go-tos. I've been on a huge Eddie Money kick recently. I don't know, my dad loves Eddie Money, and he's always playing him in the house, so I've been waking up every morning with Gimme Some Water running through my head. I don't know about these guys, though.
I've been listening to a lot of City Morgue. It's like a rap group from New York that takes a lot of like hardcore elements into their stuff.
Ooh.
And it's like, I really think like the hardcore rap hip hop kind of fusion genre is like kind of taking off right now. As like, that's one thing I like.
Yeah, I'm with that too. I've also been listening to like a lot of Earl Sweatshirt. I've been like a huge like Odd Future fanboy my entire life. And I love like Earl's new weird like avant-garde stuff. Scott, what have you been listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of Oolong, a lot of Guac.
Ooh.
Guac with the Nerd. God, who else? Dogleg. That's a big one.
Steve,
I've also
right?
gotten back into dubstep a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been on my Skrillex grind.
Yeah, dude. Scada, fire song. Yeah.
I mean, not to flex, but we did talk to two of those bands that you listed, Oolong and Ogbert the Nerd. So
Yeah.
Yeah, those
They're
are
both
our best friends. Yeah.
they're awesome. Those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So since as Goy said, since we're all stuck at home, have you guys been working on any new projects?
We actually have. We just started cracking on a full length.
Oh.
So
Pretty
we
sweet.
we've got one song fully recorded and ready to go, and a whole bunch of stuff in the works. I don't know if we're at liberty to talk about.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, all right. We'll refrain from that for now. We have a pretty big like announcement coming soon.
Oh,
I don't know if it's public domain yet, but yeah, we're pretty excited for what's to come.
Oh. Well,
Exciting.
congrats to whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So, what artists would you say are your biggest inspirations while writing music or making music?
Definitely Title Fight.
Remo Drive.
Yeah, Remo Drive
Easy
too.
number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think we pull elements from a lot of different bands. Scott plays drums way better than I do, but I think I speak for the both of us when we say that we're huge fans of like Sam Beck's drumming style and stuff like that. And lyrically and like as far as guitar goes, I take so much influence from Title Fight. Just tons of like seventh chords and like half screamed, half sung vocals and things like that.
Sick.
So when you guys perform live, what would you say your top 3 songs are?
Oh man, I think people. So
Can they be covers?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because one of them is definitely a cover.
yeah, I think the song that people go the craziest for is probably "Killing in the Name" by Rage Against the Machine. We do a cover of that to end just about every single one of our sets. Just to like end on a high note, end on something that like, everybody knows. So people have something to scream along
It's, like,
to before we
meaningful,
get kicked
you know?
off. Yeah. Along with that too is actually it's a cover of a song off of one of our old band's EPs. We used to. I mean, we're kind of resurrecting it, but we played in a band called Cody Court for a while, and we had a song called "Saving Private Bobby," and that's an Oolong favorite. So we get the Oolong guys up on stage to sing it with us, and so that one's usually a good time. And then other than that, it's probably just like Tourniquet, right? I feel
I
like
think it could
I was
definitely
at
be.
Most Lows.
I was gonna say
or
Lowest
Lowest Lows, yeah, because people go pretty hard for Lowest Lows. Yeah, I mean it's probably those three or
Okay.
four.
The new song is cool when the bass is playing and you go out.
Oh yeah. We get a little crowd interaction going with. We played the new single that we're about to release. We played it a couple times live, and it's got like a pretty long bass break. So I'll jump into the crowd and like kind of mosh with everybody.
Oh, that's cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys ever consider releasing like studio versions of those covers?
We've kicked around the idea before. We've kind of strayed like pretty far away from that. I don't know, Scott, if you want to talk, because I know you're pretty
I'm
adamant
not
about it.
big on like releasing covers personally.
Okay.
I would do a live recording, but I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing a full studio cover.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to like go through the motions of recording a new song for something that's already like been done before. But yeah, if we like mic'd everything up during a set or just did like a rough demo, that might be something that we would put on like Bandcamp, but probably not Spotify or anything like that.
Okay.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. So, what would you say your dream venue to play in is?
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Oh man, maybe like maybe the House of Independence or something in Asbury Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice venue.
I'd say for me it's either that or I can tell you that we already have played our dream venue and it's the Meat
Right.
Locker in Montclair.
Me locker.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
the like when we first started the band, I was a sophomore in high school. It was called Fresh Skin, and I was looking up like how to play different places in New Jersey, and I saw that the Front Bottoms, who I was really big into at the time, played at this place called the Meat Locker, and I got somebody's contact info, and next thing we knew, we were playing there
Nice.
probably once every 2 months.
Played there
Right?
so many
Yeah,
times.
we've played there so
It's
many
always
times.
super fun too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Heard-
crazy.
Yeah, I've heard great things about that place. I haven't been yet, and probably not anytime soon with the way the world is. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a breeding ground for disease down there, so
Yeah, so I've heard.
Yeah.
probably not a good place to be right now.
Yeah.
It's the worst place you could be right now.
So where do you guys see the band in 5 years?
Oh man.
5 years.
We'll be old men.
5 years.
Hopefully still a thing.
Yeah, hopefully still a thing. It'd be really awesome if it was still a thing. Yeah, I mean, in 5 years we would all be done with school. And I mean, I would assume if we're all working within
If
a
we still live
state or
close, we could
two of
definitely
each
keep
other, yeah, we could probably keep it going. And especially like as far as if we ever wanted to record something new, even if we were in different places, all of us except for Luke, who isn't here, have a pretty good knowledge of recording. So actually, that's how we did our the single that we're about to release. We all recorded each of our parts from different places.
Okay.
Oh.
So we kind of had like a sisterhood of the traveling mixer. I would drop the mixer off at Scott's house. Scott would take the mixer to Luke. Luke would take the mixer to Pi.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah.
I appreciate that that reference, by the way. Okay. So, we're gonna steer away from music for the last couple questions, and we're gonna go straight to death row. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be? With a drink.
Oh man. Drink would definitely be a Colt 45. That's for sure. Nice glass bottle 40. Meal would have to either be chili or maybe like an Italian sub.
Okay.
Ooh. Alright, simple.
Horrible options, Kevin. Personally, I would probably go for probably a burrito.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have like a favorite food necessarily. I'll probably go a burrito and some chocolate milk.
Okay. Solid.
Interesting
I
combination.
get a McChicken and a small fry, and a glass of whiskey, ice, water, and honey.
Okay.
All
Wait,
mixed
all of
together.
that in the glass?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's my favorite drink.
All right.
Solid.
Solid. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Minecraft.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Yeah.
I want to be with my boys, so I'll say Minecraft too.
Yeah.
So
Right,
Minecraft
pretty
all
much.
around. Okay.
Awesome. Solid. So I have the honor of asking the last question, and everybody we've spoken to has said it's the most important question. What is your favorite color?
I'll let everybody else go first because I'm actually pretty passionate about this.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
I don't have a favorite color. I haven't had a favorite color in a long time, and like,
Just say black, Alex.
no, I really don't have one. The other day, my sister and I were talking. Our twin sister, and we were talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't really have a favorite color." And I was like, "Wow, no way, neither do I."
Oh my
It's
God.
twin telepathy.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
And what'd you say, Scott?
All right.
Scott?
Oh, I
Oh,
said purple.
Okay.
my favorite color is gray. However, it's only my favorite color when it's spelled with an E. It has to be Grey. Because my least favorite color is gray spelled with an A.
Okay. So you're very specific about your grays.
Yeah.
Yeah, very,
Okay.
very.
Oh my God.
Alright.
I didn't know there was a difference.
I mean, I don't think there's a difference in the color,
Okay.
but
the
something
spelling.
about Gray just really it just irks me. I just,
It looks wrong.
It does.
yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, as Glory said, that's all the questions we have for you guys. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Listen to Oolong, listen to Ogbert, listen to Guac,
Yeah.
listen to all the bands on Flea Collar.
Yes, we love
Never
Flea
heard
Collar
that.
here as well.
Skytop Motel,
Yeah, Scott Top
yeah.
Motel, Organ Dealer, that's my neighbor.
Organ dealer.
Yeah, big shouts to Oolong, Ogbert, Guac, Guitar Fight. That's some foreshadowing for you right there. That's all I have to say.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Tilted, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.
Yeah.